Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I want to take us through another story of the Clone Wars. These are audiobook short stories that take place in the Clone Wars, and they basically take the most crucial episodes of the series and put them in the perspective of the character it's based around. We've done this with Padme, Anakin, and now we've done quite a few. You can actually find the playlist of it on my channel. It's really interesting, really fun to do, and today we're doing Darth Maul. And this is inside the mind of Maul as he's being revived and as he tries to exact revenge on Kenobi and just get down to business basically after he's revived by Savage, his feeling on Lotho Minor and just what he went through to survive basically and through Maul's perspective. It's a lot of fun. It's really interesting. I love the books for Star Wars. They just give you so much more. Obviously the shows and movies are amazing, but the books after watching those are just so cool to see what Maul and other characters are thinking. So yeah, this is just inside the mind of Darth Maul. And we're going to start with a clip of his feeling on Lotho Minor as Savage arrived to help him basically. And it is read by Sam Witwer, which makes it even better. A lot of these stories are actually read by the character it's surrounded about, but yeah, it's really cool to see. Let's get into it. This is just a clip of the book on Savage, kind of for the first time, when he realized someone was there to help him.
I do not remember how I came to be on the junk planet of Lotho Minor. I must assume that after the Battle of Naboo, my body was dumped there like so much trash. Through sheer will and driven by my hate of Obi-Wan Kenobi, I survived down in the darkest depths of the planet. I fashioned for myself, out of discarded metal, a lower body that resembled the abdomen and legs of a spider. It suited my circumstances, creeping, small and broken, always waiting I was, until the most unlikely day. I found someone else in my cave, a man, as I used to be, with markings like mine and horns, bearing a lightsaber. At first I thought him a vision, a symptom of my madness, but then he called me brother.
So that's the first clip. Again, I really enjoy it, I really do. It takes us through Maul and kind of his journey that he doesn't remember, because the only reason he stayed alive, the only thing clinging to life for him, was his hatred for Kenobi. He remembered, it's like mentioned in the story, he remembers one thing, one name, not even his own name. He remembers Kenobi. That's it. He's muttering to himself just Kenobi's name. It's all he knows. It's all he has known since he cut him in half on Naboo. And now, as Savage comes to help him, he doesn't even know Savage, he doesn't know himself, he only knows Kenobi. But eventually, Maul realizes someone else is here, and he goes with Savage. He goes with Savage to Dathomir, where he is taken to Mother Talzin. Mother Talzin, who then helps him, revives him. It's a painful, excruciating experience, but this is what Maul was thinking, and as Maul basically regained his own mind.
And take me to her altar. There she commanded me to sleep. I lay back on the cold stone and let her work. First came the green smoke. It enveloped me, entering my eyes and ears and mouth, filling my senses. At the same time, she drew out the darkness that had infested my brain, a black miasma of pain and confusion, and slowly, as she worked her magics on me, my mind began to return. First my name, and then my brother's name, then my planet, and my past as a Sith Lord, and all the details of my life came rushing back, especially Kenobi.
So there, Maul basically woke up from a very long slumber. Just, he was awake, but not himself. In extreme pain, he had built spider legs for himself, but he just was not himself. It took the magic of the Night Sisters, the magic of Mother Talzin, to bring him fully back, and to remember who he was, to remember his past, to remember Kenobi, to remember his brother, and everything. All of the events that went on that led him to where he was now, that led him down this journey. And it just takes us through the excruciating pain that Maul went through. After that clip, there's a bit more about Mother Talzin, realizing these spider legs that Maul created will not be good enough, and Maul creating his own, or Mother Talzin giving him the new legs, the 3-pronged legs that we see for a while in the Clone Wars. Takes us through Maul running around in them and just feeling like himself for the first time in forever, really. Just, it's wonderful for him. And his first mission, his first task, revenge. And in order to do this, Maul does what the Jedi cannot resist. He goes out and he basically slaughters innocents, which he tells Savage is the best way to get the Jedi's attention. The Jedi cannot resist helping the innocents, because, they're the Jedi, they're the peacekeepers. And seeing Maul do this would get Maul exactly what he wanted, Kenobi alone. But this clip kind of takes us through Maul. He's going to slaughter the innocents, but he doesn't think he's responsible for their lives. He blames the Jedi, he blames Kenobi. It kind of shows how, I don't want to say delusional, but just insane he is, and crazy, and just, Kenobi's at the center of his universe, and he blames the Jedi, blames Kenobi for everything, even his own murder. So check out this clip, and yeah, here you go.
Now I know this part of my story must be difficult for you to hear, my friend. Death is never easy, but sometimes it is necessary for the innocent to be sacrificed. I will not lie to you like the Jedi would. Many died at my hand that day, many children among them, just like yourself. Does that scare you? Disturb you? I understand. But do not blame me. This was all Kenobi's fault. It was he who put me on this path, who made me do it, and he whom I hoped would receive my message loud and clear. Once we had raided the village, I had Savage line up some farmers. They were terrified and did as he commanded. Set the hologram to record, I instructed him.
So as we know, he does actually lure Kenobi out in the episode. He gets Kenobi alone, where him and Savage kind of attack him, kind of ambush Kenobi, and take him to their ship to basically torture Kenobi until he's dead. There's the book, which I do recommend you listen to. It takes us through Maul's process. He wants to just exact slow revenge on Kenobi, which of course, he wants him to deal with all the anguish that Maul dealt with for all those years. In his mind, it's only fair. Giving him a swift death would just be too easy. Too kind in Maul's opinion. So, he takes him to the ship, where they are about to begin truly torturing him. But then a Ventress appears to basically take out Savage, and then together, Ventress and Obi-Wan duel Savage and Maul. And Kenobi and Ventress do escape in the cockpit of the ship, detaching from Maul's ship, and yeah, they take off. But Maul, he's not angry about this. Sure, of course he is a little bit, but he's more just accepting. He's more almost proud of his work, almost happy of what's to come. And this clip, it's pretty chilling, it's Maul taking it through. He's not mad, he's just glad that Kenobi is alive, glad he knows Kenobi is alive, and glad that Kenobi fears him. So here's the final clip. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. What was your favorite part of this? Have you read or watched or listened to these books? Let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy this clip.
And play the game. Wait for the enemy to make a mistake. I would bide my time, play this long and tortuous game to its conclusion. And when Kenobi finally fell, I would enjoy it like the finest meal I had ever eaten. It was enough for the moment to know he was alive and that he feared me. I knew we would meet again, and when we did, not only would I grant him an agonizing death, I would expose the Jedi for the false order they were. Then my revenge would be complete. My path has been long and filled with pain, child. It is not the destiny I would have chosen for myself. But often, we do what we must to survive.